I'm Debbie.
And I'm Allison.
And we're the Poltergals. Spooky. Okay, and we're back for another episode of the Poltergals.
Ooh.
Hi, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Allison.
And we're the Poltergirls.
Girls.
I almost said girls. What the
Girls. You said girls.
heck? We're like 30 episodes in and I got it wrong.
We're the Poltergals. How do you get it wrong?
Poltergals. I mean, we are just two gals talking about
Come
ghosts.
on, this is episode 29. I haven't
We're
written
at
down
29.
29, and you said
29.
Poltergirls.
What is wrong with me? I'm so sorry.
Come on.
I had a long day. We did a double recording today, so I'm so sorry. Anyway, well, today's episode takes place in Mexico City, in Mexico. And as we know, Allison is not a true Mexican, so
I am not.
She's not going to be able to pronounce half the things in this story. So it will be good. That's just Prime. We're just letting you guys know.
At least
Don't hate us.
At least I get to talk about my people.
That is true. That's very true.
I get to talk about my people.
Wait, so what is the place we're talking about? You have to tell them.
So it is. Attempt the Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Isla de las Macacas. I don't know.
I feel like you're saying very offensive things. But anyway, this translates to the island of the dolls.
Oh.
And I don't know what Allison means by her family. I don't know if she means the people that live there or if she is related to the dolls themselves.
Okay, so I am obviously, if you have not been able to physically tell, I am Hispanic, more specifically from Mexico. My family is, at this point, I think I'm a third or fourth generation American.
Wow.
So, and then my husband is a first generation, so he has more family over there.
Yeah. And where's his family from?
So, his dad's side's from San Luis Potosí, which from here where we are in Waco, Texas, it's a 16-hour bus ride.
Woo!
Yeah. And then his mom is from, actually, Mexico City. Mm-hmm. It's a little town about 4 hours. I think it's actually 3 hours from Mexico City, so not far from this place.
Ooh.
When we looked it up and talked to his mom, it's about 4 hours away from where she grew up.
Has she ever been before?
No. She's heard of it, but she's never actually been or known any of the legends.
I mean, I guess if you don't want to be scared, you don't go to places that would make you scared.
No,
you know?
and I can tell you firsthand, her and her family are like the people that would avoid going to this place.
Are they very much like no evil spirits? Like,
yes,
very much like I do not claim this energy.
So it's very weird because they obviously in Mexico you're Catholic, and so but it's weird because in Catholic faith, you don't do like tarot card readings, but they do that.
Yeah,
they believe in that. Like they believe that you go do tarot card readings, like palm readings and mediums. Well, in the Catholic faith, it's again like you're not supposed. It's technically paganism, which goes against it.
Interesting.
So I don't know, but anyway, back to the episode.
Yeah,
there's that.
Yeah. So this location is just south of Mexico City, and Allison will jump into the history.
So, like we said, it's south of Mexico City between the canals of. Yeah, there's no way.
We're gonna do the where you put the Google Voice in. Just have Google Voice say it and then put it in.
Exochimico. Yep.
I think that makes like the oxygen. I think it's like O. I don't think the X actually makes a sound, right?
That's still even weird.
Or is it
Chichimoko?
Chichimico.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Lo siento. Yo no hablando español.
I don't speak the Spanish, okay?
I don't speak the Spanish. Anybody that's out there that is a native Spanish speaker, we apologize. We're sorry.
We are gonna butcher just about everything that is written in Spanish.
But yeah,
so
it's great.
Dad, turn this episode off because you'll make fun of me.
It's okay.
But you can find this island south of Mexico, and it has a sad background that was never intended to be a tourist destination.
Ooh.
So,
But now it is.
it is. So, part of this is kind of like urban legend mixed with some truth. And
Ooh.
yeah.
We love us a good story.
So, it is dedicated to the lost soul of a poor girl who met her fate too soon in strange circumstances. Sally?
Little Sally?
It's a little
girl.
Sally situation.
Oh, we love Sally. Sally, we're here for you.
And this one's just gonna break your heart.
Oh, no. My heart is getting prepped to be broken.
So, the story of... Yeah, we're just gonna say it in English. The Island of the Dolls is an intertwined story with a guy named Don Julian Santana Barda, who is a native of this land. It's said that he left his wife and family sometime in the mid-20th century, which, by the way, is only like 1950s.
Oh, wow.
So,
A recent history.
mid-20th century is not too far away, guys.
Yeah.
It's just not. To really just find himself on this island, his reasons for doing so are a bit hazy, but soon became clear. He was just trying to really, like I said, find himself, clear his mind out.
Yeah.
And not long after relocating, he made a chilling discovery on the shore of his island. The body of a young girl drowned in the lake.
Oh,
A doll came floating down the canal shortly afterward, changing the course of Santana's life and the shape of the island for years to come.
Wow.
Supposedly, the girl was swimming with her sister and or friends, and the current took her, causing her to drown.
So sad.
Yeah.
She drowned.
In the mornings, Julian started seeing ghosts, and one day woke up to find all of his crops had died.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. He tried many times to improve his crops, but couldn't, because his spirit kept damaging it. He became more and more scared. Alone on the island, he took the doll that he had found and hung it up on the tree in order to appease the spirit of this deceased girl. But at least in the eyes of the man who is now considered himself the island's caretaker, the one doll was not enough.
Is it ever?
No.
No.
And that's where it kind of gets sad. It's like...
Oh, I know, I got little goosebumps. Look at this.
He just hung it up.
I know, like he was
out
just...
of respect, because he actually was mourning her.
Yeah.
He was mourning her and then put the doll up to make her happy.
And then he was like, you know what? Little girl deserves more toys.
Yeah.
She deserves more than just one doll.
Yeah. So for the next 50 years, he would just look dolls from anywhere, from the trash to canals, and would hang them up from the island's many trees. Some he had hung whole, others various states of disrepair, headless, torso-less, or taken apart in just in many different ways.
So that's a little spooky.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That's
the sentiment is there.
It's there, but it's creepy. Like,
it's a little creepy.
I'm sorry, dolls to begin with are creepy.
It's true.
And then you start taking dolls that are torn apart. Ew. Which...
Ew.
Ew. In case you didn't know, the reason behind spirits, demons possessing dolls is because they represent the human body.
It's true.
And
it's a vessel.
Yeah, it's a vessel. So because it's basically like the human body, if you take our soul, it's just this corpse.
Yeah.
And so they possess it, allowing them to walk around, talk, and whatever.
And move.
And move without any complications. Because if you think about it, if a demon tries to possess a human...
We gotta fight.
Yeah, us being us are going to fight. But it's easier to go into adult because they don't have any fight.
It's true.
They can just basically jump it.
Yeah.
And be done with it.
It's true. That's terrifying.
Yeah. And they can easily feed off of your energy. And then makes it easier to take over a human body.
Spooky.
So that doesn't sound like... Many people say, which obviously doesn't sound like this, he basically lost his mind. And doesn't sound like the actions of a person with a healthy grasp on reality. And indeed, there are many doubts surrounding this legend. The reality of the little girl who died, many people, including Julian's own family, didn't believe that he ever found the girl. Although, whether they believe he made it up, imagined the experience, or was somehow mistaken is unclear. What is clear is that whether the girl existed or not, Julian devoted the rest of his life to her.
Oh.
And perhaps, creepiest of all, even the end of his life had clear ties to the story of the drowned child.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so reports concluded that Julian had made up this story about the girl and his solitude.
No.
So they basically half labeled him insane.
Just insane.
Yeah, and it's just
Aw.
because he fled from his family. They're like,
yeah, but he was the caretaker of the island.
yeah,
Ugh.
it's sad. It really is. So he had died in 2001, and what makes this creepy,
Mm-hmm.
his body was discovered drowned in the canal in the exact same place that he had reported finding the little girl's body.
No. Oh my
Yes.
god. I got full
Yes.
chills. Oh my goodness.
The exact same spot.
Oh, I got
and
goosebumps.
we'll kind of get a little bit more into this. But in response, tourists began flocking to the island to pay tribute. They brought dolls of their own, and to this day, they honor both Julian and the girl, whether she was real or not, by hanging up dolls in tribute.
I'm gonna cry. That's so
So
precious.
it's kind of like one of those overly creepy stories, but then
I mean,
it's
yeah.
also like
It's like terrifying,
Yeah.
but also sweet? Question mark.
it's like it makes you question your feelings.
I know.
It's like, this is terrifying, but then it's also like, okay, that's sweet, but it's still
Mm-hmm.
on edge.
Yeah.
So originally, those canals were a system of for people during the time of the Cortez, like the conquistadors, for them to hide in the canals. And a lot of these people were women and children hiding from those conquistadors, and many women killed themselves rather than being caught. Because if they were caught by the Spanish, they were tortured and raped.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah. So on top of that story with the guy, you have all this history of
Of like
already
trauma and
dark.
yeah.
And for many years, this was a place for people to disappear.
Interesting.
Yeah, so in Mexico City was originally an island in a volcanic area, lake surrounded by the Sierra Madre Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Aztec Empire, which was in about 1300 BC to 1521, was the first to start developing the area and building a system of man-made islands, which is how you get this canal system and everything, called Chiapas.
It's like where they would build the floating
Yeah.
islands
Oh,
so they
yeah.
could do the farming.
Yeah.
And so it would literally be like a bed on water that they would create in order to grow their crops.
So after the Aztecs defeated the Spanish Aztec War, and during the Spanish Aztecs War, many of these were filled in and turned into the basis of what the city is now today.
That's so cool.
So there's that. And then most of the southern end of Mexico City, where the Chiapas and canal system still exists.
Wow.
So part of it is still there. And then at times the neighborhood was also used for shelter for the Mexican revolutionaries and religious practitioners who may have fallen out of favor. Some of them ended up killed or drowned in these canals. And my note
Oh god.
says, "Oh no,
That's not good.
that not good.
That's not good
That
at
not
all.
good. Religious people running then dying in one spot.
Equals no good.
No good." And then,
notes.
so there's that. And then I talked to my uncle-in-law, who is from Mexico, and he says that he's heard stories of this, and he thinks it's prohibited from what he's heard. But, it's also said that you could visit it and even put dolls up yourself.
Oh wow.
So,
Interesting.
and also, fun fact, Ghost Adventures did an episode there.
Shout out.
And if you really want to get creepy, Zach Baggins is terrified of dolls.
Ooh.
So this was pure torture for him.
Pure torture. That's what we
Pure
love.
torture.
We love torturing Zach Baggins.
Oh, delightful.
We got a red flag on the field. We got a red flag on the playing field.
We got 2 red.
We got 3 red flags on the playing field. We got four red flags on the playing.
4 red flags, a yellow ghost, and an
orange cat. There you go.
So, in the meantime, we're gonna go on a commercial break.
Commercial break.
Come back with y'all with some of the hauntings.
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Spooky.
And for this commercial break is brought to you by
Aztec gold.
Yeah.
This is the gold that is gone. It
The
belonged
gold that is
to
gone?
the Aztecs. Now you got to get that gold. Find the gold.
Got
Get
you a
haunted.
dollar.
Got you. I got you $1.
Got you a
some
gold coin.
Aztec gold. There we go. Got the gold. Got the Aztecs. Got haunted. Boom. All right, and we're back. I hope you guys listened to some really good commercials. And now I'm going to get into the hauntings. So Allison, again, in the history, it's pretty straightforward as to what happened. Of course, the main story, of course, is said that the girl was found drowned in mysterious circumstance. A little sussy. And then many years ago on the island, and then the dolls are actually possessed by her spirit and possibly other spirits.
All those poor little Billies and Sallys.
Yeah, all those poor little boys and girls, or maybe demons, you don't know. So local legend says that the dolls actually move their heads and their arms by themselves, and some of them even open and close their eyes. One of the main things that people always say when they get to the island is that they feel like they're being watched by hundreds of eyes, which I completely understand. I imagine like walking through, like I've seen videos of them walking through and it's just like doll heads and body parts like all around. And you just feel like something's watching you. Like you get that feeling on the back of your neck that someone has their eyes just looking at you. But then you turn to look and it looks like out of the corner of your eye, the head blinks. What would you do?
Oh, hell no. I'd run. I'd be like, Mama, help me.
Mama, I'm gonna call for my mama. And then some witnesses actually claim that they've heard the dolls whispering to each other. While others who were on a boat near the island actually said the dolls lured them to come to the island. So
no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
But, some also say that it could just be the wind whispering. And then, they are plastic dolls. So the wind might just be getting in there and making a whistling effect. Or, the dolls could actually be whispering to each other. It's a possibility.
It has a very distinct sound, and I'm sorry, but whispering?
Listen, I have to give both sides of the argument.
That requires words.
Yeah.
Now, in what language?
That's okay. Allison want to know because she doesn't even speak Spanish. So.
I'd be like, what do you speak in Chinese? I gotta go out of here.
I gotta leave. Got some doll heads talking to me. I don't know what they're saying, but deuces, I'm out. But yeah. And then, of course, the whole story behind the body washing up on the shore, which is the initial doll story of how the initial doll got hung in the tree. It says that Julian was apparently haunted by the spirit of the girl, and he started hanging more dolls in the attempt just to please her spirit. There's also been a saying that I've heard this, that maybe he never even found a girl washed up on the shore, as you mentioned, but maybe that was a ghost. And that the ghost had already lured him to the island. And then, how you mentioned that, like, the women and children died during the Spanish Aztec War. So this could have been the ghost of a girl from hundreds of years ago.
Was she trying to get back at the Spanish? And that he was just one of them?
Maybe. But soon he actually realized that the dolls themselves were possessed by the spirit of dead girls and boys, and then continued to collect the creepy dolls to hang them over the entire island to then amass more spirits to the area. and
No.
appease them.
Stop it. No.
So it was like building haunted upon haunted upon haunted. And then as you mentioned, they're such easy vessels for possession.
Yeah.
That could be one of the reasons.
I mean, I've heard of, like, in certain scenarios, you've had to, like, give a gift to the spirits in order to subside them, and you have to do it, like, every month.
It's true.
But
Well, you know, they could also, I mean, I know I already mentioned the fae, but spirits and fae, especially on islands and in woods, if you give them a guest or if you give them a gift, it emboldens them. So they come more to you and they come to the island. And then also it's kind of like they always have to repay their debts. So it could be if he gave them a gift, then he has to keep giving them gifts. And then it's kind of like a balance thing.
oh no.
So there you go. And then according to the people that were closest to him, again, he left his family and everything to clear his mind. He then just went crazy. And basically was driven crazy by these unseen forces that completely changed him. Like, he was not the man he used to be. Apparently, he was very marked by the fact that he was not able to save the little girl's life, if that was what actually happened. He felt so much remorse and guilt for her passing that he just wanted to do something to make it right.
No.
Yeah.
No. Stop.
Yeah.
It's not worth your life.
Well, many people actually believe that his spirit has now joined the others on the island. So his spirit now also walks the island and haunts the dolls. Don't cry. It's okay.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
He lost his life.
Yeah. But
Think about it. He was 50.
mhm.
He was like 51, 52.
Yeah.
And he dead.
He died.
He died.
And he died in the same place of which he said to have found her body. So some think maybe he went insane, maybe he died. There's no real like truth behind, they weren't able to do an autopsy back then and just be like, yeah, he died of this. So they're not sure if he maybe killed himself or if it was just he eventually was driven mad or he died of natural causes or again, just, his body just eventually shut down. They're not sure. And then, although the original intent behind it was something of innocence of him just hanging that doll to appease the female spirit, and often is seen as innocent and even admirable, it often ends up being portrayed as like a real nightmarish destination. I mean, again, like there's like this like dichotomy of, oh, it's so sweet, like he did this, and then like it's like, oh, this is actually like terrifying. So a little bit of a combo loco there. And then, like I said, they're not sure exactly how he died. So some are saying that he might have had a heart attack, and that the spirit of the girl then dragged his body to where she died. Kind of like it's like all a circle. So maybe he just died, and then she took him to the same spot that she died. Kind of as like a tribute, like an omen.
No.
No?
Oh, it's
No?
so sad, but no.
And then now, of course, it may be prohibited now, but or you might still be able to go and hang a doll on the island. So you can do it out of respect. Because, come on, this little girl, Sally, we gotta take care of her, That's the note. The note says, out of respect, ! Because, come on, it's a little girl. We gotta take care of little Sally! ! End of parentheses.
Poor kids.
Yeah. So
kids.
that is the hauntings on the island. Again, some of the dolls are still said to move around. People have said they've hung a doll in a certain tree and then seen it on the ground or somewhere different, completely in another location. So you don't really know what's going on. So there might be some haunted little dollies.
Nope. I want to go visit it, but then it's like, no thanks.
Yeah, we'll just stay watching videos and looking at it on the internet from other people at the safety of our own home. Listen, you gotta have your family go and take some video there.
Good luck with that.
She said, not no, but heck no.
Good luck with that.
But yeah, so that's all of the hauntings and some of the tragedies that have happened here on the Island of the Dolls.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for tuning into this episode and listening to another episode of the Poltergals.
What time is it?
It is 2:46. It's time to go.
It's time for my afternoon yawns.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to tune in on all the platforms that you listen to your podcast on. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and don't forget to comment down below.
And come see us next week.
Here on the Poltergals.
Oh man, I missed it, man.
It's
Look
all
at me
right.
go. Anyway,
Bye. You've been listening to the Poltergals.
a Rogue Media Network podcast.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.